Well, we're back for another edition of Te Akau TV, and we're joined this afternoon by Te Akau trainer Mark Walker. Mark, what a couple of weeks it's been.
Hi, Hazy. Yeah, things are ticking over nicely.
So 145 wins now for the season, and that's 15 short of the New Zealand record set by Jamie Richards there in the 2020-2021 season. So really kind of moving along with things at the moment. And I guess just quickly looking at the week that's been, there's been 6 winners there. Pukekohe Park on Saturday, of course, you won the Group 1 Sistema there with Tokyo Tycoon.
Oh, yeah, he's a little gun, isn't he? 5 for 5. So, no, he's done us proud this season.
And he is the first 2-year-old, I think, to win a Karaka Million and then go undefeated for his 2-year-old campaign as well. So that takes some doing. And Mark, I assume you're putting him aside, and we'll have a crack with him somewhere in the spring.
Yeah, exactly. I actually saw him at the farm on Tuesday, and I thought he looked terrific. So, no, I think we're doing the right thing with him. And 5 starts is enough for a 2-year-old. So we were pretty happy with our decision to put him out.
Awesome. And it was good to see It's Business Time win there for Windsor Park Stud. And of course, Trentham there on Saturday. Sans Duke went back to back after winning at Te Rapa, won again well there. I think Sam might have tipped that as his best bet. And then good to see little Chala hug the rail and win there as well.
Yeah, so a couple of nice rides at Wellington, and It's Business Time. She's going to get better next season as well. So great to have a winner for Windsor Park.
Matamata Wednesday, Petrucci there for Trelawney, well-bred horse that out by I Am Invincible.
Yeah, lovely filly that they paid a bit of money for at Sydney. So good to get her on the board. First start, she would have been desperately unlucky not to win. And good to see Espionage Salute and also the Mighty Spar.
Great. Those two definitely deserved a win there. Rightio. Well, let's rip into it. I'll let you choose between Tauranga and Wellington. Where do you want to kick off?
Let's go Wellington.
Wellington. Cool. Rightio. Well, we're going to kick off there in 1 second while I get that up on screen. We're going to kick off in the 2-year-old race there. Race 1, the Nettifex payroll premier 2-year-old set weight and penalties. Glitzy Glory has won 2 trials there. Filly by Embellish draws barrier 8 with Opie Bosson on board.
Yeah, Opie and Emily actually bred the filly and syndicated it out with some friends. So just depends what the Wellington track ends up like. It's probably the worst side of slow at the moment, and if we get more rain, it might go to heavy. So just depends if she can handle the track.
Good as gold. And then race 2 there, the New Zealand Bloodstock Premier maidens at a time 1400 metre. Almanet draws barrier 1 with Opie Bosson on board.
Yeah, we tossed up this morning because the horses leave so early, Hamish, so you've got to make a decision early. So we thought Ben race 2, drawn well, we thought we'd put her on the truck, but we wouldn't want it as wet as she had last start because she didn't quite get through the ground.
And race 4 there, the listed Barneswood Farm, New Zealand St Ledger, 2,600 metres. I believe Leaderboard might have won this race there last year. Fierce Flight draws barrier 14 with Opie Bosson on board.
Yeah, he's really been in great form this season. He's gone from winning a rating 60 race right through to Open Handicap Company. So he's improved as the season's gone on. And even though he's not bred to get the distance, I'm sure the way he races, he looks as though he will. So I would have preferred a dry track for him, but he gets his chance.
And race 5 is the Group 3 Wentwood Grange Cuddle Stakes. Fillies and mares, set weight and penalties over a mile. Aromatic draws at barrier 11 with Opie on board.
Yeah, she loves the wet, Hamish. So she's one that if it got really testing, she'd absolutely love it. She won a Counties Cup on a pretty testing track earlier this year.
And race 6, the first Group 1 on the card there, the Gian Hickton Funeral Directors Live-In Classic, 3-year-old set weight conditions. Of course, Te Akau trifected the race last year with Imperatriz, followed by On the Bubbles and I Wish I Win. I see Fellini hasn't made the trip down there, Mark.
No, we had to make a decision, as I say, so early in the morning when they hop on the float. And we know he doesn't handle wet ground, and there's a suitable race for him at Tauranga next week.
And the other 2, Romancing the Moon and Skewiff.
Yeah, Romancing the Moon can get through wet ground. So that won't worry her. And Skewiff, she's actually got a bit of rain-affected form as well. So they'll get their chance for sure.
Of course, Skewiff pushed Legato pretty close there on Boxing Day as well. And down to race 7, the listed Ginny and Holmes Wellington Lightning Handicap, Open Handicap. Burgundy Rose, nice form line here with a few seconds in the last few starts there. Draws barrier 12 with Opie Boston on board.
Yeah, the hardest thing for her, Hamish, she's not very big and she's getting these big weights because she's so consistent. So that would be my only concern. But she's honest; she'll give her best all the time.
And race 8 there, the Group 1 Albasti Equiworld Dubai New Zealand Oaks. Of course, this race was taken out by the joint New Zealand Bloodstock Fillier of the Year and Ballon Rouge last season. Family Ties, I thought she was good last start there at Tarapa, draws barrier 6 with Opie Boston on board.
Yeah, she was really unlucky at Awapuni. It was in the lowland, and before that, she won the Oaks Prelude and can handle wet ground, so that doesn't concern us. I think she's a genuine each way chance.
And Mezzabine last start won a draws barrier 12 with Jason Laking on board.
Yeah, she ran out the 2200 really strongly. I don't know if she'll handle wet ground, and she's never really been on it, but she'll run out the trip, Hamish, that's for sure. On her pedigree, our man saw her out of Zabeel mare, so that doesn't worry us at all.
It's very well bred for these kind of trips. And race 9, their Pete's Journey Premier rating 65 benchmark. They're going to be wanting to obviously handle a wet track by the last race there, and I'm sure they'll be coming wide. Avondale draws barrier 5 with Opie Boston on board. Can she handle it? Where will she be in the run?
Yeah, she can get through wet ground. She's a bit unlucky last time out at Rotorua, and good guide as to what we do with the next 2200 if she can run out that sort of trip. It gives more options in the future.
Great. That wraps up the runners there at Trentham and over to Tauranga, just over the hill from you there in Matamata. And we kick off in race 1, the Matamata Veterinary Services 3-year-old 1200. Set weight and penalties. 2 horses take their place here. The first is the filly by Purin Canto and Cabell for Fortuna Racing. And the second is Caravella there, the Caravaggio filly, who draws barrier 8.
Yeah, I was just talking to the track manager before doing this interview with you, Hamish, and just at the moment the track would be perfect, just on the dead side, but they forecast quite a bit more rain, so just depends what happens overnight. So Inkabel, she can handle a bit of rain, she'll run very well, going for a hat trick, and Caravella could be doubtful if they got the extra rain. If it was stayed like it is now, it'd be perfect for her.
Great. And race 2, the Papamoa Poker at the Flying Mullet Maiden 1200. Quite a few line up here. And I'm sure you'll be keeping an eye on the track with a few of these as well. So they're Rare Company, Melotti, and Angel's Wings and Morning Star.
Yeah, Angel's Wings and Rare Company, they'll run. And Melotti and Morning Star, will just have to see what the weather does.
Cool. And how will they go, Mark? So Rare Company and Angel's Wings?
Rare Company, his first start this season. So he's had a trial. I think he'll handle a little bit of cut in the ground. I expect him to be top 5 sort of chance. And Angel Wings, things hasn't really gone right. And I know she can handle a bit of cut in the track. So she's one for longer odds. She'll be paying pretty good money, I would think.
Great. And race 3, the Frocked Up Girls 1200 Open Handicap. The old favourite Ayatir Lad draws barrier 6 with Niranjan Palmer on board.
Yeah, he's trialled up well. He missed the spring. He had an injury actually on the float going down to Riccarton for the spring. So whatever he does, he'll improve once we get over more ground, but he'll definitely run. Great.
And race 4 there, the Happy Retirement Brian McKeague 1400 rating 75 benchmark. Michael McNabb did everything to get Wairau Cove up last start there. Can Joe Cameroon and try and do something similar?
Yeah, I think he's really starting to hit his form, and he does handle a bit of rain-affected ground as well, Hamish, so I don't think it'll bother him too much.
Great. Well, a very tough week, Mark, for finding a best bet in the rain and with the heavy tracks. But can you give us one, whether it's a place or whether it's a win bet?
Yeah, I think Wairau Cove's probably our best chance, but it's one of those days that they'll either handle the tracks or they won't. So it could be a very good day or a very long, frustrating day.
Awesome. Well, just quickly before we leave you to it, I guess things quieten down next week, and then the week following we head to obviously the Sires Produce there at Awapuni. But can you give us a quick update on Campionessa and Imperatriz as they head towards their targets there? The William Reid Stakes on the 24th of March, the Friday there, and Campionessa there in the Australian Cup on Saturday, the 25th of March, my birthday.
Yeah, so William Reid for Imperatrice, she's currently in Melbourne. She's working in company tomorrow morning with one of Mike Roney's horses, have a little bit of a gallop, and then she'll go to Moonee Valley on Monday morning to just have a track gallop around the Moonee Valley surface. It's a different sort of a racetrack, so she'll have a look around there. And Campionessa will work on Tuesday morning and fly out Tuesday night for the Australian Cup. So, no, both girls are in good form.
Plenty to look forward to, of course. And just a quick message for any of the owners out there. I believe Syndicate Manager Karen Fenton-Ellis will be down on course at Trentham tomorrow. So make yourself known and feel free to pop along and say hello to her. We should be frolicking around. Hopefully we'll have some winners there, mate.
Yeah, I'm sure one of them will put their hands up. Like, as I say, there's some that will get through the ground quite well.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for your time today, Mark, and we'll catch you again sometime soon.